on the menu for today? As you can see, seaweed. We're going to be having seaweed soup. Now, this package of seaweed is from my Korean sister, Young Wha, and after I had my youngest daughter, she prepared this beef seaweed soup for me to eat to help me in recovery. It was wonderful. I loved it. So now I'm going to show you how I make it, because I don't know exactly how she does it, but this is my version and my family likes it. This is the dried seaweed that you just saw the package of. I break it up into small pieces, and then I'm going to fill the container with water and let it soak. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done soaking, because it's going to fill this bowl. Okay, this is just a glass bowl, but it's going to fill this big glass bowl here. And then I'll also show you how I prepare the beef. And I just don't use any kind of beef. My family doesn't like anything. They just prefer veal because it's always soft. So I'll show you how I prepare the veal to go in the soup. Now, you can go ahead and look up all the health benefits that are associated with seaweed, and you'll understand why I'm posting this video. It's very good for you. We should consume more of it. We eat it with our sushi. We even have these little snack seaweed wrappers that we get as well. So it's very good for you. My family likes it, and I figure I'll share it with all of you. So you're going to see me using my hands. They are clean. I wash my hands 1,000 times a day, it seems. No, that's an exaggeration, 1,000 times, but I wash them a lot every day. So anyway, for our beef, I've cut them into small pieces. See, just little like 1-inch bite-sized pieces. And sorry, I have to wipe my hand again. And just the raw beef. Okay. All right. Done with that. Now I'm going to add in, I use tamari soy sauce because it is gluten-free. We have wheaten/gluten sensitivities in our family, so we use this one, and it works well. I love it. The taste is good. This, or we also use the Bragg's soy sauce. It's not really a soy sauce. I forget what it's called. It's anyway, I'll figure it out later. And so we put some soy sauce on. I don't know, maybe that's 2 tablespoons worth, maybe 3 tablespoons. In this bowl, I have pink Himalayan sea salt, black pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. I just did, maybe a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of the garlic powder, onion powder, and then maybe 1/4 teaspoon of the black pepper. So now I just mix it all together, and then I'm going to let it soak and marinate for at least 15 minutes. But looking at my time today, it might be 20 or 30 since I've got time today. And I just want it to soak up all those juices, so that way it helps to give the soup some flavor. And I still didn't think, amino acids. I think it's called essential amino acids, the Bragg's brand of soy sauce. It's really tasty, very delicious, made from soy as well. But anyway, there you have it. It's all mixed. Now I'll wash my hands again. We're back. See, the seaweed has soaked for about 30 minutes now, and it is very much so larger than it was. It fills the bowl. So we're going to drain it and rinse it and get it ready to cook. Now, how do you drain it? I have a fine mesh strainer. I'm just going to pour it in there. Then I'll rinse it a few times and it will be ready to go. I've rinsed the seaweed and now I'm letting it drain with my fine mesh sieve here over the sink. Time to cook the veal. I've got a pot warming. I'm going to put some sesame oil in here. Let that warm up. While I'm doing that, I'm going to grab a spoon. I'll do that beforehand. And then I'll put the veal in here and let it cook. It's been marinating for about 30 minutes. Steam blast. Browning the veal bits, and then once they're all browned, we'll be trying to start adding the rest of the ingredients. Alright, so I browned the meat and I made it dry out. I didn't make it, but I cooked it until it dried out. That way it has more flavor, and the whatever's left on the bottom of a pan when it mixes with the broth will add more flavor to the soup. So it's time to start the seaweed. Here we go. This is a regular deep fry pan. I'm going to put in some sesame oil. I always use a dark roasted sesame oil because I like the flavor of it. Then, I put this stuff away. I'm going to grab my seaweed and make sure it's by my side. Swirl around. The pan is hot already because I had it on here before I started the video. But make sure that the bottom is pretty well coated with oil. Okay, time for the seaweed. Bam. Smack all of it out of that strainer. And then I have over here some chopped garlic. Well, not chopped. I really just grated it with a fine grater. I'm going to put this in right now with our seaweed. See that? And I have to grab my chopsticks. Trying to get all this out off my fingers. Oh, so sticky, right? I'm going to start moving it around and mixing it all together so it can cook down a bit. And then when it's all kind of warm through, I'll add some salt and pepper to it. And then it'll be ready to go into the soup. I don't know how my friend, my Korean sister does this, but this is how I do it. So here we go. I just wanted to say, I have no idea why you cook the seaweed. This is just what my sister said to do, Young Wha. So maybe she will answer a comment on the video here and let us know why you're supposed to cook the seaweed before you put it in the soup. That would be helpful. Otherwise, let me continue. I'm a throw-together cook. I use whatever I have laying around. So when I start the beef again, I'm going to add this. I don't know if you can read that, roast chicken gravy that I have made. And then I also have some organic chicken broth that I will use for the actual broth part of the soup. Let's see how this goes. In the pot, I've got the beef. I put in the seaweed with the garlic. And I'm going to add some broth. This is all going to come back up to a boil. And I have the chicken gravy that I showed you in that container earlier. This will go in here as well. I added some extra garlic into this gravy. That way it has a nice garlic flavor. Oh, look, it's steaming up the camera. Awesome. Okay, so we can get through the steam. Clear out the camera. Look at my house. Oh no. Okay, here we go. That's much better. Clear now. So I'll have to add more gravy because more broth because this is not enough for all of the seaweed and the beef. But we're getting there. It's going to boil for maybe about 15 minutes and then it should be ready. I'll adjust the seasoning as we go. But I will show you that as well, what I do. All right, I prefer chicken broth. I like the taste better than beef broth. But since I don't have any more, I'm going to put some beef broth and mix it with chicken broth. People might say, ew, gross, blending those flavors, nasty. But actually, it tastes good in the end. It really does. Anyway, just want to show you what I'm doing. The soup is boiling away. It turns out the salt, the pepper, the garlic, onion that I had with the meat along with the soy sauce and the spices in the seasoning, I should say, in the chicken gravy all made this taste so delicious. It's ready to go. I don't have to add anything to it. I will sprinkle on some sesame oil as we get ready to serve it, just for added flavor. That's it. That's how you cook seaweed soup my way.